Kintamani Bali tourism, heaven above the clouds. Kintamani is a sub-district in Bangli Regency, Bali province, Indonesia. Kintamani is also a tourist area of natural charm in Bali, Indonesia. Kintamani Bali tourism object is one of the list of tourist attractions in Bali and is a world-famous tourist highlight. The main attraction of this tourist attraction lies in the natural charm of the view of Mount Batur, Lake Batur and many others. Natural scenery and enjoyment are activities that tourists like while on the island of Bali, both local and foreign tourists to explore the beauty of the charm and wealth of Kintamani natural tourism. Traveled with a distance of 68 kilometers from Denpasar or Kuta, Kintamani has a view of the mountainous area at an altitude of 1,500 meters above sea level. First stop, Trunian Village with its very unique and amazing natural scenery, the place which is usually called Trunian, which is after its name in Balinese, which means place to look around, is the most strategic location to enjoy the natural scenery from a height. And this time we will not discuss Trunian Kintamani because Trunian is one of the most common places and the most visited by tourists while on vacation to Kintamani. Trunian Village is a stop point during lunch or a top point venue which is usually found in regular Kintamani Ubud tour packages that are often offered by travel agents/bureaus. As for what we will discuss this time, the 5 charm objects of Kintamani nature tourism which are favorites and anti-mainstream tourists when visiting Kintamani are as follows. 1. Lake Batur. Lake Batur is located in North Trunian Village, 10 kilometers or 25 minutes downhill from Upper Trunian, which is usually a tourist spot for Kintamani Bali or a stop point for tourists' lunch, restaurant, lake view, Grand Pankasari 2 and others. Lake Batur is located in North Trunian Village, 10 kilometers or 25 minutes downhill from Upper Trunian, which is usually a tourist spot for Kintamani Bali or a stop point for tourists' lunch, restaurant, lake view, Grand Pankasari 2 and others. Located on the slopes of Mount Batur, this lake is crescent-shaped when viewed from a height. Lake Batur Kintamani is the largest lake on the island of Bali and the second largest caldera lake in Indonesia after Lake Toba in North Sumatra. The crescent-shaped Batur caldera was formed by a series of violent eruptions, and these eruptions helped shape the entire landscape of the island of Bali. The first eruption of Mount Batur, which is estimated to have occurred around 29,300 years ago, began with the vomit of 84 cubic kilometers of ignimbrite, volcanic material. Did you know that the color of the water in Lake Batur Kintamani can change? The color change is influenced by the sulfur compounds at the bottom, so that sometimes it looks bluish and then turns yellowish-green. Most tourists who visit Kintamani can only see the view of the lake from a height or from the restaurant in the Trunian Village. 2. Mount Batur. Earlier we discussed about Lake Batur in Kintamani Bali tourism, which was formed due to the eruption of Mount Batur. And this time we will discuss Mount Batur itself. Mount Batur is an active volcano in Kintamani district, Bangli Regency, Bali, Indonesia. Located northwest of Mount Agung, this mountain has a caldera measuring 138 by 10 kilometers. The high caldera embankment ranges from 1267 meters to 2152 meters, peak of Mount Agung. Mount Batur has been recorded to have erupted 26 times, and the most devastating occurred on August 2 and ended on September 21, 1926. The eruption of Mount Batur caused hot lava flows to pile up Batur village and Ulindongu Batur temple. Mount Batur is usually often used as a hiking spot for mountain climbers who want to feel and see the beauty of the sunrise at an altitude of 1,717 meters above sea level. Likewise, the expanse of black rocks from the eruption is very interesting as a location for pre-wedding photo shoots. 3. Trunian Village. In the next Kintamani Bali tourism page, Trunian Village is located on the outskirts of Lake Batur or at the foot of Bukit Tabong in Kintamani. Trunian Village is one of the very unique tourist destinations in Bali. Trunian Village is a village inhabited by natives of the island of Bali, commonly called the Baliaga, with its unique cultural aspects. The meaning of the name of Trunian Village is divided into two words, namely taru and menyan. Taru is the tree or the plant of life, while incense is the fragrance. So, the meaning of the word Trunian is the fragrant fragrance that comes out of the taru tree and the presence of the Trunian tree there, which neutralizes the stench generated from the corpse and becomes a tourist attraction. The uniqueness of this village is the way the corpse is buried, which is not buried at all but is laid or placed under a large tree called taru menyan. Trunian Village. There are 3 places of burial procession according to 3 different types of death: natural, unnatural death and burial of infants and young children. Meanwhile, residents who are adults but not married will be placed in Sama Muda, Miardayasa house. Although you could say the Kintamani Bali tourist attraction, Trunian, is a little scary, but many tourists visit there, both local and foreign tourists. 4. Toyabanka. Kintamani Bali tourism object. Toyabanka is a place for warm/hot water baths. Toyabanka tourism object has been managed by Pekraman Batur village, which was later named Batur Natural Hot Spring. In this tourist attraction, visitors can enjoy the sensation of soaking and bathing in hot showers with temperatures between 29°C to 39°C. Toyabanka Kintamani, you can see the view of Lake Batur closer to the expanse of blue lake water right in front of your eyes. There are 4 types of pools in the Toyabanka Kintamani bath, namely, the hot water pool is intended for children with a pool depth of no more than 80 centimeters, natural therapy hot spring water pool or mini pool for hot water therapy. In this pool there is a hot shower with a water temperature of around 38°, 40°C. You can position yourself against the fall of the hot shower on your body. The floating sunburn pool is intended for those of you who like to soak while sunbathing. The floating sunburn pool is usually favored by foreign tourists. 5. Ulundanu Batur Temple. If we search for Ulundanu Temple on Google Map by typing the keyword Ulundanu Temple, then you will find 2 different places in the search results. First, the traveler will find Ulundanu Temple, which is located near Lake Biritan, Batur Tabanan district. And the second is the Ulundanu Temple, which is located near Lake Batur, Kintamani area. Yes, indeed the names are both similar, which means a temple located next to the headwaters of the lake. However, the place and location of these 2 temples are different from one another. Ulundanu Batur Temple is located not right on the edge of the lake like Ulundanu Temple in Biritan. But even from this temple you can still see the beauty of Lake Batur and Mount Batur at once. Previously this temple was located on the southwest slope of Mount Batur, but after the Mount Batur disaster erupted in 1917, the temple area was destroyed. But there is still one Palangi that still stands firmly, towering up until now. Tourists who are fond of historically valuable architectural art attractions will feel happy to be in this temple, a sacred place for Balinese Hindus.